All right. Free. We are finally free. What should we do this weekend, Tom? Maybe take a little trip to Vegas. I don't know, Cabo, Wabo Cabo, baby. Me and you, vacay time.
Brandon, that sounds great. And while there would be nothing that I would love more than to watch you jog along a beach looking like Sean Connery with that mane on your chest.
I've cut out sugar the last week, so it looks great.
I bet it does. However, the Packers are still fighting for a playoff spot, and with just one more win, they're in actually. Yeah, no,
you guys were 4-8.
Yeah, now we're 8-8, and if we win against the Lions next week, we're in the playoffs.
Oh my God. Okay, so I guess I'm going on vacation alone again. Hey Tom, imagine if the highlight of your season was almost beating the Vikings twice, but definitely not beating them either time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, the Denver Broncos, we're going to play our best football against the Chiefs in just a horrible year and still lose both of those games.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fun.
You got really close, though. You got real close.
Yeah, we got real close.
So that was exciting. The chat kept updating me what was going on, and they were like, "No, he's crying again."
Oh, I let them hurt me. I let them hurt.
You did. You had the hope. You had the hope. That's the worst part.
They're like, "Oh, baby, we swear we'll never do it again. We're so sorry. We'll never do it again." I said, "Okay, come back home. Come back." Boom! Baby, come my heart out again. I'll never cheat on you again. Okay, come back. 1 minute later, fornicating with the neighbor. Anyway, at least things are good on your end. I mean, you guys didn't just beat the Vikings. You smacked the ever-living life out of them. You made them want to be a skull, dead in the ground, away from your brutality.
You know what one of the greatest things was? It was at Lambeau Field, and when they were down 41-17, the Green Bay Packers fans started imitating the skull chant of the Minnesota Vikings, and it is beautiful. The Green Bay Packers scored 41 unanswered points against the Vikings. 41. We have not had a blowout in so long. This was so cathartic, and I'm sorry. The Vikings fans afterwards, I saw, they made the middle of the field too wet, so the Vikings couldn't do anything. I swear to God, real thing. So the Packers magically have 2 home games at the end of the year when we played like 18 freaking road games in a row. But I don't care. I don't care. You know why? Because the tears from this Vikings team is delicious. It sustains me. It keeps my scalp healthy. So you know what? I'm vibing. And I've been hearing now for weeks, Brandon Perna. For weeks, Packers aren't going to win another game. Nope, not going to win another game. Packers aren't going to the playoffs. And now we're 1 away. We are 1 win away. And I'm not looking past the Lions because the Lions are a good football team, right? They beat the crap out of the Bears yesterday. I love Jamal Williams talking about Pokemon cards. Like, they are a good football team. And, like, it's going to be a battle. But I am so happy that the Packers have gone from 4-8 to now 8-8, and they're 1 win away. So, yeah, I'm very happy watching my football team right now. So, yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I lost a little respect for the Vikings after that game.
That's tough to do if you don't have any. So, Yep. Somehow.
Watch it, Cole.
But yes.
Well, here's a little teaser. Maybe Cole will have a coffee coming out soon.
Oh.
Minnesota. I know you had the biggest comeback in NFL history.
I did.
Against the Colts. It was awesome. Friggin' awesome. But your game plan shouldn't be to try and do that every week. That's not a formula for success. And, you know, they could have lost that game respectfully, showed some sort of fight. And they could have delivered a punch early early in that game, I was like, oh no. I was like, thoughts and prayers for Tom, the
Block
special
punt. Yep.
block punt. Vikings on the what? 2-yard line?
One on the one. And they
One.
couldn't punch it in. They got 3 points, and then they didn't score again until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like that's sad. That's sad, Minnesota. You got Dalvin Cook there. Were any of those plays a QB sneak attempt?
No.
Man, Jason Kelsey is going to be livid. I watched him like go off on his podcast about like the highest probability play to get 1 yard is a quarterback sneak. And he's like,
They
teams don't
do
run it enough. And Travis Kelsey was like, well, to be fair, when our quarterback had his knee outside of his body, one of the times he tried it. So that's why we don't run it as much. But I agree. I don't know why you run a play and then you hurry back up to the line of scrimmage. You get that quick snap with the quarterback. But once the Packers made that stop, I was like, oh, I think it's going to be a good night or a good afternoon for Tom Grossi.
It was.
And the fact that they followed that up with who's your returner?
Oh, Keyshawn Nixon.
Yeah, that dude's a
god.
baller. That dude can play.
Dude,
105 yards. Woo.
Dude, it was amazing because this is his 7th straight game of over 90 return yards, which is the longest streak since 2000. He had a 90-plus yard return last week against the Dolphins, had a 105-yard TD return this week. But Keyshawn Nixon, he's a stud. And, like, again, the special teams, we had that one blunder, obviously, like with the blocked punt, but they've gotten so much better. But let's talk about something else, Brandon Perna. It's about the Minnesota Vikings still. And this is very, very important, okay? Jair Alexander, before the game, talking a bunch of smack about Justin Jefferson. It's like, oh, week 1 was a fluke, what have you. And I'll be the first. Justin Jefferson burns us every single time. He is an amazing wide receiver. He's one of the best, if not the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. Okay. He's like right up there with Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp when he's healthy, Tyreek Hill. He's right there.
Oh, yeah.
Not only did Justin Jefferson cry about a lack of a taunting call, not only did he hit a referee
lack of a taunting?
Yep. He was like, oh, it should have been taunting because Justin Jefferson, the guy who does the gritty, Jair Alexander did the gritty on Justin Jefferson.
And he wanted taunting for that? That's the softest shit I've ever heard.
He went, he did the whole thing, and he cried about it in the post game and was like, I thought it should be taunting, but whatever. 2, was held to 1 catch for 15 yards, and he hit a referee with his helmet because he was so frustrated. He took it off, and he hit a referee in the back of the shoulder. So,
yeah. I just lost all respect for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I have it.
Nothing makes my stomach turn more than taunting penalties. And now we got a receiver out there complaining about not getting one. If I had a NFL top 100 of softest players in the NFL list, he would have all of the top 10 spots. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 going to Justin Jefferson. Disgusting. You should be banned for a year. He should get Calvin Ridley treatment for that.
That's that crybaby. And then the other crybaby, Zadarius Smith, after week 1. Oh, he was talking a whole lot of smack, talking about how he owns the Packers. He didn't even shake hands with people. He went to go shake hands. Like, he avoided a handshake for the beginning of the game. And then right as soon as game was over, ran right into the locker room.
Oh, so Tom Brady did, huh? Tom Brady did. He loses like Tom Brady. That's what we learned about Zadarius Smith.
Dude, like, and that's the thing, too. Like, just remain consistent. Like, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. You know, like, we got our ass kicked by the Vikings in week 1. And for 17 weeks, I had to hear it. Kings of the North, the Packers suck. They suck. They suck. They suck. They suck. And then when we blow you the F out, it's the end of the world. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, just get the hell out of here. I'm done. I'm done. So, yeah. If yesterday felt good, it felt so good. Because if we lost yesterday, it would have been, because they would have eliminated us from the playoffs. It would have been a rough rest of the year. But nope. We good. Okay, so if the Packers do get in
The
Beat the
first
Lions.
game most likely against the 49ers.
So that's where
Unless the Eagles like lose, right?
it's interesting. The Packers could play a bunch of different teams because the number 1 spot's not locked up. The number 2 spot's not locked up. The only spot that's locked up right now is the number 4 spot, and that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because they won the division. So we could play San Francisco, we could play Dallas, we could play Minnesota, or we could play Philly. It literally could be any one of those teams. The likely one is probably going to be San Francisco. Philly could lose next week. They're playing the Giants, and Jalen Hurts apparently might play.
Oh.
I don't care who we play. I got to be honest, I don't care.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, what I was
just
going
wanna
to
get to a
ask
ban.
is seeing the Raiders put that many points up on the 49ers.
Oh, yeah, I saw.
Does that give you a little, maybe a little more confidence than you
Yes.
had a week ago if you had to play San Francisco? Also,
1,000,000%. Because
that Brock Purdy's been great, but there is a difference between the regular season and the postseason for quarterbacks.
I mean, yeah, it makes you feel a little bit better seeing how competitive the Raiders were, especially against that defense. That I think was the most surprising part of it. Dave Bakhtiari came back from having his appendix removed. So he was out for 3 weeks and he played really, really well. I think Rodgers only had 1 sack, right? I think he only sacked once. Yeah, sacked once. So, I mean, he had clean pockets the entire day. So I think that the San Francisco 49ers match up the worst with the Packers. Like, it's going to be rough. Like, that would be a tough game to win. But, I mean, listen, the Packers have won 4 straight games. If they win next week, they'll be 5 straight games, and they have a lot of momentum.